A goal is a dream with a deadline. That is one of the most important lessons I learned when I was starting in business. Actually, I thought that it was very easy. I had to download my dream from my mind, put it on a piece of paper, and I'll be on my way to achieving it. Well, it is not that simple as you can guess. This month, we have prepared you a masterclass on how to set goals that you can actually achieve. And for that, we have invited the lovely Joanne Kabiru. Joanne Kabiru is a certified productivity coach. She actually enjoys enabling others to attain a fulfilled life that is totally intentional. Joanne has over 16 years of stock market experience from startup to leading market position. So without further ado, here is Joanne Kabiru. Now, Joanne, today we are talking about setting goals. We are in January, and this is the time when people actually set their goals and say that make their annual goals. So, can you tell us the importance of setting goals?
All right. So we usually talk about the importance of setting goals. Why do we need to set goals? Winnie the Pooh, the cartoon, actually said that any road, when you don't know where you're going, any road will lead you there. So the trick is now we want to avoid you just having any road leading you anywhere. So the trick with setting goals is to know the type of life that you want to live and how you envision it. This answer would come through either you've seen your family friends, how they live, or your family, how you admired your parents, or how your aunts and your uncles or your family friends. That is how we set the goals. So that forms what we would be ideal thinking of as a goal.
Okay, Joanne, many people said make their New Year resolution this time. But is it the best time to set goals, especially for business?
So now that we are already in 2021, you should have already set your goals so that it sets the path for how you're going to continue the rest of the year. Which means that you know how your February is going to be, your March, your April, May, June, all the way to the end of the year. And even then, it sets your path for 2022. Yes, so you need to be very clear about what you want with your life. It starts with even as much as setting as a vision. You need to have a very big vision for yourself. You know, where are you going to be? And that big vision is not now. It's not for this year. It's a vision for 10 years from now or 20 years from now. And then you work backwards, hence creating your goal. You work backwards. So 20 years from now, I want to be driving a big car. I want to be driving a Mercedes. So, but then, right now, where I'm at, I'm just leaving school. I may or may not start straight up there. I may start by driving a duet. So, you see, the path is starting. My goal then becomes, I'm going to look for my duet. And, of course, with the vision of my Mercedes Benz.
Here I am. You said that it would have been better if I had set my goal for 2021 last year. Okay, here I am in January. And this is when I'm setting actually my New Year resolution. And this year, I don't want to drop them by the 15th of January. So can you give me something I can use and advice so that this time, my goals, I really stick on them?
Okay.
Yes.
So the trick with goals and making sure that you stick to them is breaking them down to small, biteable, palatable steps so that you don't feel again too overwhelmed, because as a human being you will feel it's too much and then you'll get lazy and drag up and then you won't do it in the end of it all because you know it feels like it's so big. So how do you do that? You break it down. So you'll break down, there are those that you'll achieve in January, February, March. So if you're sitting down and imagining how you're going to for example lose weight, you know, that's a big one for us in our country. Yeah, you're going to lose 10 kilos, but you're not saying I'm going to lose 10 kilos next week. It has to be 10 kilos in 3 months or 10 kilos in 6 months. Then it makes sense. And then you don't feel the pressure. So you know, if you're losing weight in the 6 months, it means in 6 months, divide by 10, that's about 1 and something kilos. So you're within track. So when we are setting goals, I like to use one by Zig Ziglar, who's an international motivational speaker, and he's an author of very good books. You need to also look up his books. So he has developed a wheel of life, which has 7 spheres to it. Those 7 spheres are physical, spiritual, financial, intellectual, social, career, or your school life. Each of those, there are 7 of them. Take a moment there and go and look at those spheres, because they really show you how to break it down. So for our session today, I'm going to go through 3 of them, just to keep it simple and to help you understand how you're going to be able to set those goals. Okay. And those 3 that I'm going to be talking about is the family, the spiritual, and the physical. Okay. So in the family, when you're setting goals for family, it's your relations with your family. How often do you see your mother? How often do you see your father? How often do you speak to your siblings? How often do you speak to your cousins or your grandparents? Even your cousins. No man can live as an island. So you need to relate with them. And especially during COVID, we have learned about social capital. It is important to cultivate social capital. You know, some people who's going to call you up and find out how you're doing. You know, it takes a reciprocal feeling that someone is checking. So for your goal, it will be, I will keep touching base with my family members, whether it's once a week. So once a week, you make sure you pick up the phone, call your mom, find out how you're doing. What is happening around you? Are you going to church? What is happening in their life? You know, if it's your cousins, how are their families doing? That is how you've broken a simple goal within the family segment. Coming to the spiritual segment, it's, you know, I was making fun about the bedside Baptist or the sitting room Baptist. Yeah, so where are you in your spiritual life? Are you reading the Bible as you'd like to read? Are you attending any services the way you'd want to attend? Even Muslim, are you going for your prayers? You know,
or doing your regular meditation.
Or doing your regular meditation. Are you doing them the way they are supposed to be done? Or how you'd like them to be done? Because, you know, we know what we would want to be. It's just that we are aspiring to be better in those segments. So you need to sit down and analyze. If it's about reading your Bible, there are items that help you to read the Bible. There's BSF International. I belong to BSF, so we read it at least once a week. And we have homework to do within the week. You could even do the daily bread. There's a calendar that shows every day what you can read. So there are different ways. Just take your time to look for those different ways and then find one that works for you. Then the final one for today's session is the physical. A very good one. Yes, so there are those of us who like hiking. Yes, so you go for a hike once a month. Or there are those of us who really don't like hiking. Who would do once a half year? Am I speaking to somebody? Yes, there's a category of never. So be true to yourself. Where do you fall? So if you're like me who likes doing swimming, do your 3 laps or 4 laps in a week and you'll be happy about that. Or you do your YouTube, you know, you go to YouTube and you do your Pilates or you do your HIIT exercises and there you're done for the week. But you see, it's work in progress. None of us is perfect. It is very rare to have someone who's perfect on the wheel of life.
Okay.
Yes, it's very rare. So you'll find that you're strong in one point and you're challenged on another. So the trick is to keep trying to balance so that the wheel is balanced.
Okay. So are you ready to set your goals? Good. Because Joanne has prepared you a masterclass to help you set goals in all areas of your life that you can actually achieve. To access the masterclass, join Top Achievers Network. Visit topachievers.co.ke and join the community. And I will be happy to welcome you in Top Achievers community.